Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's expert webinar titled Leveraging the Power of Windows PowerShell. I'm Satyakshi from Spring People. We are India's largest enterprise training provider. I will be your moderator for today's session. Our expert Sheik Dawood has a plethora of certifications under his belt, including both Microsoft Certified Azure Fundamentals and Administrator Associate. With over 12 years of experience as a Windows Server administrator across MNCs like Bosch, Wipro, HCL, etc. He is an expert on cloud services such as Office 365, Exchange Online, OneDrive, Skype, and Azure. His areas of specific interest include VM storage, virtual network, NSG, Azure AD, access policies, Microsoft 365 security, etc. He has trained hundreds of corporate professionals in corporations like DHL, IBM, Hexaware, Tesco, Accenture, to name a few. In today's webinar, Sheikh will talk about automating administration using Windows PowerShell scripting. He will start off with the basics of PowerShell scripting, how to grab commands from the internal repository, and along with a few hands-on scripts. He will also describe the role of PowerShell in cloud computing and how to automate operational tasks in multiple environments like Windows, Azure, VMware, etc. If you have any questions during the session, please type it in the chat box and they will be addressed by Sheikh during and after the presentation is over. Without further ado, now I would like to call Sheikh to start the session. Over to you, Sheikh.
Thank you very much, Satyakshi. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the session. So, as Satyakshi introduced, yes, I have got a good amount of experience in terms of PowerShell scripting in multiple technologies like Office 365, Exchange Server, Active Directory, and also the Azure. So now, what is that we are trying to cover over here is like because you might be from a different technology and different backgrounds. So first of all, we are trying to understand that who should take this training. So probably few of you might be having a question saying like, hey, I'm working on a SQL, I'm working on Exchange, I'm working on AD. Do I need to learn PowerShell? If that is the question you're having in your mind, this slide and this idea is going to give you a clarity that how much important is PowerShell for us and why do we need to learn PowerShell. So if you are a Wintel administrator or a VMware or a cloud administrator who is looking to perform some or any sort of automation in your day-to-day work, then yes, Windows PowerShell is compulsory for you to learn, and then only you'll be able to do some kind of automation, because you might be knowing that PowerShell is part of all the technologies. So for any sort of automation, GUI is not going to help you. So then PowerShell is the only helping hand in that scenario. Next, you say that, hey, I'm pretty much good with the GUI, but when it comes to PowerShell, so sorry, I'm not that comfortable with it. If you're a person who is saying that, definitely this training is going to make you extremely comfortable in terms of writing scripts, in terms of dealing with scripts, in terms of reading scripts, and also doing some sort of automation. You say that uh, you know how to download a script. For example, if your manager is giving you a task, you say that, hey, I know how to download a script and modify it according to my environment, but if you ask me to write a script, I'm not the guy. If you are a person who is saying that, in this particular training, what is that you'll be learning is like you will be getting an idea how can I get started in terms of writing a script, because like not everyone has the capability of writing the script from the scratch from a blank notepad file. But during this training, I will be helping you how can you start visualizing some automation. Where can I start it? Okay, so where can I start it, like how can I proceed with the automation what I have in my mind. That ideology you are definitely going to get it as in when you get to this training. So the next point is like, if you say that I have a lot of automation in my mind, I need to start writing the script by myself. So you say like there are like hundreds and thousands of scripts available in Microsoft, but when you download it and when you run it, you are not going to get a job satisfaction. You are not going to get the credit for it. because like unless until you don't do it, you are not going to get the credit for it. So if you want to get the credit of whatever automation you are doing, then you should be writing the scripts all by yourself. Then only you are going to get the real credit for it. So if you really want to write a script all by yourself, then this training is going to definitely give you that good amount of confidence in terms of writing the scripts by yourself. Next, you see that I have a lot of scripts in my environment. I run it, I get the output, but I have no idea what is written inside. When you open up the script, you see that there are a lot of dollar symbol, dollar underscore, dot, pipe symbol, lot of commands written, looping bracket is starting, ending. I have no idea what is happening. Someone has given to me. I'm just simply running it and I'm getting the result. If you're a person who is saying that, if you say that, I would like to know more about this script, what is happening inside, how things are working, from where it is flowing. So if you are a person who says that I would like to know more about a script, I want to understand it very clearly, means definitely this training is going to help you a lot in terms of understanding things in a very, very clear way. Because like in this training we'll be constating that you write one word, you are going to get an explanation like why you're writing this, what is it doing, what is the after effect if you write this particular command, like that you are going to get everything in a very, very clear way is what we are concentrating. And you can now analyze. You can probably if you're having a question in your mind, then these points will answer the question. Now you can be ready saying like, oh, okay, I am falling into this particular category, that's why I am here to understand more about PowerShell. So if you're falling into any of this category, yes, Windows PowerShell is going to be a mandatory requirement for you for learning and automating some operations in your environment. Now let's understand that which technology requires PowerShell. So probably, as I told you earlier, there are like multiple flavors of administrator you are joined over here. Few of you could be Azure administrators, Exchange, SharePoint, Office 365, AD, VMware, SQL, whatever administrator you are, PowerShell is right over there. So which means like you are in any technology, if you feel like I would like to automate, then yes, learning PowerShell is going to definitely help you a lot in terms of doing the automation. So which means like this PowerShell is available on all the Windows technology that you name it. So what is the idea over here is like, so if you learn PowerShell, then what is the idea we are going to discuss during this training is that we are going to cover the concepts, all the concepts of PowerShell. We are going to cover it so that when you learn the concepts, you can apply that concepts anywhere and everywhere in any technology, because only the commands are different. Let's say you take Azure, get-azvm is a command. If you take VMware, get-vm is a command. Like that, only the command is different, but the way you look into it, but the way you use it, the logic, all those things are the same. So which means like the same way like how we all learned our ABCD in our nursery, so now we are able to learn the new words by ourselves. So the same way, what is that we are going to cover in this particular training is like we are going to cover the whole concepts, whole underlying foundation concepts of PowerShell, so that you take any technology, you'll be able to design your script, understand the commands, understand the syntax, understand the parameters, frame all the words and make a sentence which is making a script, I'm trying to tell you. So that is totally possible when you are going through this course. So I'll tell you that I have trained at least 800 900 people on this particular technology. So I have trained like different flavors of administrators from different technology. So the underlying concept is all the same, and I got a feedback that everyone are able to start doing their automation on their own technology. So that is how the training has been. So now this is the dependency where you are having that where can I use PowerShell. All right, so meantime, so people who joined now, in case if you have any questions, so feel free to drop a message on the chat window so that I will reply it. I'm going to watch that frequently and I will answer your questions as well. All right, so next, what is that we are going to see is like, okay, so you are saying that you are going to take a course. So question is like, question you'll be having like, what are you going to cover, right? So now what is the course content we are going to see is like, we are going to talk about the basics of Windows PowerShell. Why basics? Because it is very, very important. We need to understand that what is a hyphen, right? What is a dot? What is a dollar? So only if you understand this underlying concepts, you will be able to understand the whole logic very clearly. For that, we are going to start off with the basics, and then we are going to see the concept of how to make use of the internal help repository. So because like the PowerShell has a very, very beautiful internal help repository, and you can make use of it. What is the problem is like, for example, if you are having a question in your mind in PowerShell, if you jump into the internet, you will be seeing like hundreds of third-party websites giving you different opinion and answers. Some could be correct, some could be wrong. So it is very, very important that you should know like, how can I access the internal repository, what the manufacturer is giving us. So if you know how to access that, automatically you are going to get the correct information from the manufacturer. That is the advantage over here. Next is like, when you're opening the help, what do you see? You see the syntax, you see the examples. So understanding is that, how can I learn from it? Because there is one command. If you know how to learn that command, then you can learn any command, in the future. So for that, reading a syntax, reading an example is extremely important, so that if you bring that into practice, automatically you can learn any command in the future. Because you all know that PowerShell is evolving, and the command structures are also changing from day to day. So PowerShell is being developed, so many new commands are coming into picture. So slowly, when we are learning all these concepts, we will understand like how to create a single liner command. For example, let's say that, how can you get the running services, or how can you access the event log, how can you access the hot fixes, like that. First we'll be designing a single liner command, and then we'll be talking about the commonly used commands for the day-to-day administration, like the same example what I told now. And then we'll be talking about the operators. You take any language, definitely operators will be there. So you take a shell or Perl or Python. Every language will definitely have the operators. So here also we are having operators. We'll be talking about the arithmetic, comparison, logical operators, to see like how we can use it and how we can make it for our day-to-day requirement. So, and then we'll be starting off with the small scripts. So small script is of 2 lines, 3 lines, 5 lines, and then we'll be adding ideas into the same script. At one point of time during the course, you would be writing a script which is of around 60 lines. So because like that is very, very important, that you should know how to write a larger scripts. When you write a larger scripts, you will have the confidence. When you can write a script which is around 60 lines, then you will have the confidence to read a script which is of more than 100 lines. That's the psychological idea that I would like to give to you. So we will be starting off with the smaller scripts, and then slowly we will be growing, then the script will keep on growing. So next, as all the languages has, we are going to discuss about the output statement and the input statements, and then we'll be talking about the important topic which is called as a variable. So every language has variables are required to store. So which means like, if you learn all these building blocks of PowerShell, then you will be able to design anything and everything. So next we'll be talking about the looping statement. So I'm sure that everyone is very keen in terms of understanding this looping statements. So because we are all administrators, we deal with a lot of data, right? When you want to do some huge data processing, or when you are doing something which needs to do in a repeated fashion, automatically you have to use something called as a looping statement. Let's say that, how can you check the services on 100 machines or 1000 machines, or like you want to restart a service on 100 machines or 1000 machines. How are you going to do that? So that will be dealt within this looping statement. So what are all the conditional or the looping statements we are going to discuss is like, we are going to talk about the if, else if, else, and then we'll be talking about the do while, do until, switch statement, for statement, while statement, for each statement, try, catch, break, continue, throw, trap. These are the things we are going to talk about in the looping statements concept. And then we'll be talking about the functions and the parameters. And next we'll be talking about the remote management. So why do we need remote management? Because like we are all administrators, and we all manage the data centers which are available on a different geographical area. So which means like definitely we are all doing a remote support. How can you manage your servers remotely? How can you manage your multiple servers at a single shot through PowerShell? So all those topics will be discussed at a place called as the remote management. So next is the domain specific module. This is the concept wherein we will be talking more about your own domain. Probably as I told you that you are probably as I told you that there are different flavors of administrators. Join now. So what does the Azure administrator should do? What does the AD administrator should do? What does the Exchange, Office 365, or VMware, SQL, or any administrator? How can they design their own modules, and how can they use their own domain specific commands? Those things we'll be talking about this during this particular place called as a domain specific modules. Next is like we'll be talking about the WMI, which is Windows Management Instrumentation. And then we are going to talk about the overview of the desired state configuration and the Windows forms. So this is the structure. So this is the syllabus structure that I have designed it. So why I have designed this is like because I am an administrator. I know that what would be the mindset and what would be the expectation of an administrator. So keeping that in mind, so I've just started off from the basics. Definitely we are going to talk up to the advanced topics. In that case, at the end of this training, you will be able to write scripts confidently, and you will be able to read scripts in a much better way. That is the idea of this particular course. Okay, so before we can move to this Q&A session, what I prefer is like I would like to show some scripts which was written during this particular course itself. So what is that I'm trying to show to you is that when you join this course, you will also be able to write a scripts like this is what I'm just trying to show you. So if you notice on my screen, I've got a script in front of you, which is around say like a 57 line script. So there are 57 lines available in this one. So let's execute it, and I will show you that what is this script doing. And I would like to tell that again, saying like this script was written during the course only. So the participant who joined the course, who are taking the course, has only wrote it. So which means that when you join the course, you will also be able to write a script like this, and you will have 100% understanding of what is what. So probably like if when you write this one, if I ask a question to you saying like what is this symbol meaning, what is a T meaning, what is a dollar, what is a pipeline, what is hyphen, what is hyphen EQ, every question you will be able to answer to me. So that is how you will learn, and that is how you will be able to understand things in a very granular way of learning. That is what I always follow, and that has given the best feedback from the candidates. Okay, so let's do this. So let me execute this script. So what is the script is doing is like the script is dealing with few things. So probably you can call this as a tool making as well. So what is a tool making? So tool making is something like you create a tool kind of thing, and that tool is going to do multiple jobs. So which means like, so this is like a tool making in which this tool is working on few things called as the services, which is a very common Windows services, Windows process, Windows event logs, and the Windows hotfixes. So when I'm done with it, I can exit out of it. Now I say that I would like to work with the services portion. I say 1. So it is working with Windows service and it is saying like, hey, enter the start type. What are the two start types we have in our services are automatic and the manual. Now I say like, I would like to search something called as automatic. Now it is asking me, hey, what kind of status do you want? So now I say that, okay, give me everything which is stopped. See what it has given, what it has given us. It has given us the complete list of, okay, it has given us the complete list of all the uh, stopped services and the automatic start type. That is what it is showing up for us. So that is the idea of it. All right, so which means now see what is happening. It is not only showing the result, it is also trying to count it and show us the count as well. So we will be talking about saying like how we can count it as well. So all these things are like small tasks. We will be adding all these tasks into the same. And now do you see this? It says that press enter to continue. So when I press enter to continue, see what is it doing? It has done with the first job. Now it is ready for the second job. Now I say that I want to work with, let's say, event log. I say 3. It is saying like enter the log name. So everyone knows that on event viewer there are multiple log names, log containers available, which is say like application. So what is the time frame? Between this time frame I want few logs. So I say 10, let's say 27th of October 2020, 10 a.m. From 27th of October 10 a.m. till I would like to take from 29th 2020 till 10 p.m. 22 is 10 p.m. Now it is asking me, hey, what kind of logs you want? Do you want only the error or the warning or the information? I say I want only, so give me only the error. That's what we are asking for. See what kind of result it has given. It has started from 27. See, it has started from 27 10 p.m. till it has taken till 29th 5:40 p.m., which is falling between this particular time limit, right? And what kind of errors I wanted? I wanted only the error. It has given only the error, right? So if you are trying to do the same filtering via the GUI, it is definitely going to take a lot of time for you to filter. But PowerShell is very smart and it can make you to do your job very easily, and it can make the task look so easy, and you'll be able to do it. But for that you need to understand the logic and you need to understand the concept. Now I say that there are only 5. Let's say I press 8. See, it is very clearly telling like, see, it is an invalid input. That's what it is trying to tell. Now it is again back to the normal. So which means like this is kind of a tool making. Now I press 5, it came out. Okay, so just a 50-line script is doing this much job, which means like you can make. Okay, so definitely you can make if you learn this, you will be able to make your scripts to be much good looking. So now in this place you can design your own steps. Let's say that if you're an AD administrator, you want to manage your domain, you can say like adding users, or any task you write it, that is going to become like a tool over here. Okay, that is the idea over here we are doing. So now let me show you a different scripts. Now this is one script which was designed by the candidates who are taking this particular training. All right, so now the second script I would like to show to you is like it's a WMI script. I told you in the syllabus that we are going to talk about the WMI, Windows Management Instrumentation. WMI is a very powerful scripting tool. So using that, it's a huge repository. You can get so much of information from there. That is totally possible. So now what I say is I am going to find the uptime of a computer. So let's say I'm going to find the uptime of a computer. So see this, what is it saying that there are two different ways of finding the uptime. So I'm just added these two ways into a single script. Now it is clearly saying that it's been 0 days and 4 hours and 8 minutes and 51 seconds since my machine got rebooted. So now I just wrote that as a message over here. It's taken from here 0 days and 4 hours the machine got rebooted. So how this was designed? This was all designed using the WMI. For that, you should first know like what is a command called as get-cim instance. What is a command called as get-WMI? What is a class? How can you search this? How can you use that? So all those questions, all those ideologies, like we will be seeing during this particular course, so that you will be able to write the same script. And in fact, like one more again, I'm saying that this script is also written by the candidates during this particular course. So I'll tell you one more thing, that this course is going to be a completely a hands-on, say like not even probably I can say that it's going to be around 95 percentage of hands-on, and it's going to be only 5 percentage of theory part is going to be available. As in when there is a new topic is coming, I will be giving you the theory part, and I will be explain and I'll be explaining that what is going to be available. As in when there is a new topic is coming, I will be giving you the theory part, and I will be explain and that's how the things will be happening during this particular course. All right. Yeah. So next, one more script which is also dealt during the training, saying like we are all administrators, and we all deal with the disk management, right? So in during the disk management, how best you can see a report. So I would like to have a report like this. So this is the goal statement which is returned, and we are going to achieve that goal statement during this particular. So that's how I always do it. And like whenever we set up a goal and we try to achieve it as well, that's what we always do. See this, what kind of report you got? You got a name, letter, total space in GB. So it's a completely a custom report, a completely a customized report we got it. So for this, you should be knowing like what is a WMI, and what is the say like what is at the rate, what is a hash table, how can you design your own headers, like that. You should be knowing all these things, only then you will be able to write it. Okay, that is very very important for us to understand that. So then now probably like if you are seeing a script, let's say like this script is completely a new script for you. Now if I say that, if I show you this particular script, how much do we understand really matters, which means like, do we know what is this get-wmi object? Do we know what is this dollar underscore? What is a dot? What is hyphen eq? Do I need to write a double quotes or not? If I don't write it, will it accept or not? So what is a question mark? Okay, what is a pipe symbol? What is this symbol? What is it doing? What is the job of format table? Like that, we need to have a understanding very clearly that what is that we are trying to do. And whenever if you are writing a script like this, you should be able to have a clarity that I'm doing this so that like I know what I'm doing, and this is the exact thing that is happening within my script. So that amount of confidence you should be developing it. Okay, so this is one example of script that I would like to show to you. So next is, this is also a very good script. What is being done in this script is that it is creating a custom health report. Okay, let's say that I'm an administrator, and you say that I would like to have a custom report of custom metrics that I would like to do. So in that case, what is that you can do is like, you will be able to write a scripts according to your requirement. So that is what is happening over here. So this is a script. So slowly I will, as I told you, that this part comes into a place wherein like you will be understanding like what is the member, and how, and after the WMI we will be dealing with this. So let me run this and show you the output. See this, what is happening? This is the output which is generated, and immediately when you are done with your job, you can also open the file which is created. So I didn't do anything. I did not open the CSV file. The PowerShell is doing it. So you will be understanding that how you can do it. See now, what is that? What kind of report is generated over here? It is showing the lab. It is showing the name of the computer, OS name, like this. All these things are like the report which is generated from a different commands. How are you going to collate everything into a single command is the challenge, and that will be achieved during the training. So when you join us, when you join the training, you will be able to get the idea like how things are designed and how you will be able to write the scripts with confidence is what we are trying to achieve over here. Okay, so now I hope this was useful. So let me look into the list of questions that we have so that I can answer a few of the questions. Okay, yes, the recording of the class will be available. So recording will be definitely available after this training. So I got a question that is it possible to integrate Windows PowerShell with other operating system? Yes, it is possible, Patil, because like now PowerShell is an open source, uh, so that like you can use on your iMac, you can use on your Linux machines. You will be able to use it. It's an individual package. You can download it, and you can use it. Okay, so documents, right? Yes, you will be getting a documents, and also like during the training itself, like I'll be creating notes, and I will be sharing that notes for you. So I'll tell you like what is the working model. Every day after the training, every session will be recorded, and the recorded video, the notes, the history files, the scripts, everything will be shared to the candidates so that like you can download it and you can keep it for your references. That is totally possible. So and the recorded session also, you will be having it. You can refer it later also whenever you want to do it. Okay. Okay, I hope everyone is able to yeah, the audio is disabled for the participants. So yes, so any more questions anyone has, please let me know. Please type it on the question section. I will answer you. All right. So I will tell you, and also one more thing, guys. I'll tell you the agenda for the day. So what is the idea that I'm having is like after another 5 minutes of answering all your questions, we are going to get started with today's class, which means like I'm going to get started with the first topics that I showed to you on the syllabus, so that you can also parallelly do it, and you will understand that what level we are learning. Okay, so this is to build trust, so that like you will understand what is the working model, so that when you join the training you can be confident that you're joining a course to the right person. So that's why I'm going to do it. So for the next 5 minutes, please quickly ask me the questions. I'll be happy to answer, and then we are going to get started with the first topic, so that you will understand where to start and how to proceed with PowerShell. Okay, so Shiva, you don't have to worry about the lab access. I will be guiding you how to use the PowerShell first on your local machine. which means like I'm having a Windows 10 machine. If you are also having a Windows 10 machine, Windows 7, Windows 8.1, any operating system you have it, you don't have to install anything extra. You are already ready with your PowerShell, and we are going to directly get started with it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't need any extra equipments or lab access for getting started. At least for today, you don't even need anything extra. You can definitely follow the steps whatever I am giving to you. Okay, so Chand, you can definitely use PowerShell script to daily Excel sheet working. When you say Excel sheet working means like, are you generating reports on a daily basis? In that case, yes, you can use PowerShell to automate your documentation, so that you don't have to really do it. Automatically the reports will be generated, and if you really want that report to be sent to the concerned person also, you can do it via the scripting. That is totally possible, and you will be able to do it once you go through this training. Okay, so Ashadeep, my name is Sheik Dawood. Yeah, this is my name. Okay, so Anaman, if you're asking that how long it takes to become a PowerShell expert, see, it is a very straightforward thing that more and more you practice, more and more clarity you will get, and you can become an expert. So definitely, for it is a continuous, it is like a typewriting class. More and more you type it, the clarity and the quickness you will be getting it, right? The same way here also, though you have a theory knowledge, unless until you don't type it, you cannot become an expert on it. So that's why you should definitely you should definitely write it, then only you will be able to get the understanding. Okay, yeah. All right, so any more questions anyone has? Feel free to ask me any questions, guys, because because when you join the course, you should not have any doubt. Before that itself, like, you can ask me any questions, and I will frankly answer. I can also advise you that whether if this course is really required for you or not. And yeah, one more thing I would like to tell you is that, see, I have taken this course probably like, let's say that if you are like 5 years or 6 years down, 6 years experienced person, I would like to tell you one thing, that now Windows PowerShell has become a mandatory required for a Windows administrator, or any Windows side of administrators. Okay, probably like if you have seen any job description which is coming on any of the job portal, say like 2 years before, you might have seen that knowing Windows PowerShell is an added advantage. Now, if you look into the job description, you can easily notice that knowing Windows PowerShell has become a mandatory requirement. Okay, so that is why I'm just trying to put a lot of say like importance on what we are, and importance on this PowerShell, because it is becoming mandatory. And also I will tell you that I know few corporates where I go and take this training for the freshers. Okay, so understand the importance that few of the corporates has already understood the importance of PowerShell, so they have added this training, the same course curriculum for the freshers, because they know the companies, corporates have already predicted the future, and they have already predicted that PowerShell is becoming a mandatory technology for all my administrators. That's why they have added that for the freshers curriculum itself. So which means like, if we are already like 4 years, 5 years experience in it, which means like the freshers are becoming our competitors. So to beat that competition, you should also be ready with the skill what they are achieving. So it is very important that we cannot be in a comfort zone of using GUI for a long term. We should get out of the comfort zone, and we have to learn this scripting. That is very important. Okay, so let me answer a few questions. I got some questions. So after this webinar, do we need to go for training session? So team, the idea is that this webinar, with this webinar, I'm going to give you some first day class kind of thing. After that, I'm going to give you a contact person. I'm going to give you the idea about Spring People, saying like how much is the course fees, and how much, and whom do you need to contact to enroll for us for the future classes. I'm going to give you all these details so that you will be able to understand. So now, what is the idea is like, let's first get started. Okay, you can consider that the first class as a free class for you, so that like you can understand the style of my teaching and the way I interact, so that like we can build trust, and future we'll be able to do things in a much better way. That's the idea altogether. So Parida, that's the idea. So first we will be doing this, and then we will be talking about the future ones also. So yes, yes, you can. So someone asked me a question saying like, can we also make scripts related to AD, Azure, Office 365? Yes, you can definitely do it. That's the idea. So if you're seeing my screen, there is a place called as a domain specific module. So this is the place, when you come to this particular place, you will be able to understand any command that comes in front of you. It could be a AD, Azure, Exchange, Office 360, SharePoint, Teams, anything of that sort. You will know how to deal with it. Okay, so that will be totally possible. Okay, so can we automate AWS resources through PowerShell? Yes, it is possible. Amazon Web Services also has modules for Windows PowerShell, so that like you will, if you have this knowledge, you can use it in the non-Microsoft technologies also, say like VMware or AWS. Anywhere you will be able to use it for that is totally possible. Okay, yeah, thanks for asking this question. I would like to thank. Okay, I don't have name of the person. Someone has asked like, do we need any knowledge of scripting or coding to understand this course? Thank you very much for asking the question. Even if you're not asked it, I would have told this. You do not require any coding knowledge, or you do not require any scripting knowledge for you to get started with this course. Okay, so moreover, Microsoft knows the level of administrators. They know like what kind of administrators are managing their environment. So they know that the person who does not have a coding background is only coming over here as an administrator. So in that case, Microsoft has made this PowerShell so simpler that anyone can learn it and anyone can do scripting. So at least in my class, because I'm nowhere from the development background. I don't even know any of the development languages, but I was able to pick it up. I was able to make it understand. And if I am able to teach you, then you will also be able to write scripts on your own if you take the concepts correctly in a right way that I give it to you, which is definitely possible. So the statement I would like to tell you is like, you do not require any of the coding knowledge or scripting knowledge as a prerequisite for this course. Okay, so Lokesh, so the total course is going to be of 30 to 35 hours of course. Okay, so today it is till say like 4:45, another 1 hour. So the continuation of this particular class, after people enroll, we are going to create a batch, and the course is going to be for a 30 to 35 hours of course. And we are going to, if it's a weekday class, we are going to meet for 1.5 hours, and if it is a weekend, we are going to meet for 3 hours per day, total of 6 hours per week. And that is going to go for 5 weekends. That is the structure of the course. So it is around, keep it as 30 hours with 1.5 hours, in terms of weekdays, and also 3 hours per week per day. Yeah, total 6 hours per weekend. Okay, so Anil, okay, Anil, that you have asked that any comparison with Perl scripting. So I have worked on Perl, not too much, but I have done a comparative study between the Perl and the PowerShell. So let's say that the good thing about the Perl and the good thing about the shell, both are merged together as PowerShell. Okay, so that I can definitely tell you, like, good thing about, say, like, the usage of the dollar and the usage of the brackets, the looping brackets, all those things are taken from the Perl, and it is all embedded in here. And yes, and yes, that it is there is a very good amount of comparison, but PowerShell is better than Perl is what I could say. All right. Yeah, Lokesh. Lokesh, yes, it is going to be a paid course, as I showed you on the slide, that we are going to charge you a very, very minimal amount, because, like, if you see in the market, so it is like everyone is charging more. So we are going to charge with a minimal amount, so that, like, you'll be benefited a lot. Okay. And I'm 100% sure that whatever the money you are, I wouldn't say that you are paying, I would say that you are investing. Okay, so this money, whatever you're investing, definitely it is going to add a value add. It is going to be a profile. It is going to be a value add on your profile. So, and also, once you learn this course, this is going to help you to survive in the market. And also, I hope everyone knows that the market is very, very volatile. So you learn this and you add this into your profile, and you just see the changes, that how many, the number of calls you are getting in the market, you will be that will be definitely high. So yes, so even we also need to earn for our bread and butter. So for that, yes, it is going to be a paid course. Okay, yeah, Chan. So don't worry. I'm going to definitely talk about the task in day-to-day work. Okay, so yeah, so okay, so there is a certification course in Microsoft. There is no certification. It is only a official course which is called as 10961C. Okay, probably I'll just type here 10961C. I will send to all. So what is the idea is that definitely that 10961C is the official Microsoft course, but that requires some developer experience. So what is that I have designed this course syllabus is like, so that you, even if you don't have any of a developer requirement, also you will be able to do this course in a better way, and you will be able to start scripting. That is the complete ideology over here. Okay, so that's the okay. So Ashadeep, we do not have online classes. It means like the classes is going to be online only, but after every class you will get the video. So once you enroll, so the good thing about this is, like, in case if you miss any classes also, you will be getting the video, you'll be getting the recorded video, so that you can watch it. And anyways, once you enroll and once you join us, my mobile number will be shared, and you can ask me any questions, and I'll be able to advise you. I'll be able to assist you if you have any doubts on that recorded video, or during the class also, you will be able to get clarified. So yeah, that is totally possible. Okay, so I hope I was able to answer most of the questions. So let's get started with the first topic, so that, like, you can understand the importance of PowerShell, and you can get started with the first day class. And also, whatever I'm doing, you can also parallelly do it on your Windows PowerShell window, so that you will get an idea that how to get started. All right, so just give me a minute. Let me share my screen. Let me open PowerShell and share my screen. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, feel free to type it. I will answer it. All right, so let's get started. So guys, from here we are going to get started officially. The course syllabus is getting started over here. just for a better understanding that how like what is my teaching style, and how do I interact. For that trust building, we are doing this. So once we are done with today's class, I'm going to give you the phone number, I'm going to give you the Spring People contact person, so that like you will be able to contact them, get it enrolled, and we can finalize a batch and we can get started as soon as possible. All right, so with that note, let's get started. So first of all, before you could learn any technology, you should know that who's the mastermind behind it. So the mastermind behind the Windows PowerShell, his name is Jeffrey Snower. So Jeffrey Snower is the founder of Windows PowerShell, and he is currently working as a Microsoft Technical Fellow. He's a chief architect. He's a PowerShell chief architect, and he's also the chief architect for the Azure infrastructure and the management group. So Mr. Snower is working in Microsoft for the past 20 years. So totally he has over 30 years of experience in the industry. If you'd like to know more about him, you can go to channel9.msdn.com, and he over there he speaks a lot of things about how things evolved, and how they moved from one version to other version. Like that, he shares his experience right over there on the official website. Okay, so next, let's understand that what is Windows PowerShell. So Windows PowerShell is a native task automation scripting language. Why do I say as a native? Because for you to start using PowerShell, you don't have to do anything. Okay, you have a plain operating system. You are very much ready to use your PowerShell. You don't need anything extra for it. So definitely we know that it's a task automation and it's a scripting language. What is a script? Things are written one after another, line by line. It is going to go from top to bottom sequence. That is why it is called as a scripting language. Next, it's a command line interface. Yes, we all know that. Like that's the very scary thing, right? It's all command line. There is no GUI, so we don't know where to get started with. So that's the problem that many of us have, saying like, I don't know how to talk to this particular blue color screen. So that is the major roadblock that many of us have, and we are going to definitely overcome that particular roadblock. The next point I'm going to tell you is, actually I got a question from someone saying like, can I use it in a different operating system? The answer I'm going to give you over here with the reason, saying like before 2016 August, PowerShell was tightly coupled with operating system, which means like, you say that I want to use PowerShell, you have to compulsorily have a client operating system or a server operating system. But what has happened after August 2016 is that PowerShell has been declared as an open source. So which means that you will be able to download PowerShell as an individual package, and you can use it on any operating system, let that be an iOS or a Linux or a Solaris. Anywhere you can use it, it will work as an individual package. So now this is also one of the scary points, saying like it's all built on the .NET framework. So whenever, if anyone wants to learn PowerShell, if they want to know about it, the first thing comes in mind is like, they see this one saying it's all built on the .NET framework. So that's why that question comes in your mind, saying like, oh my god, I don't have a developer experience, I don't know .NET, will I be able to learn this? That question comes in your mind. So you don't really have to worry about that, because though it's all .NET, you will be able to understand things better. Because like, I'll give you a classic example. We all use Android phones or an iOS phone. It's all developed on Java or any of the development technologies. To use it, we don't need to know that technology, but you know how to use it, right? The same way, it is all definitely built on the .NET framework, but you don't have to know .NET for using the Windows PowerShell exclusively. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Next is, it's a cross-platform scripting language. Why do I say this as a cross-platform scripting language? Because it knows about the Linux. It knows about the MS-DOS command. Say like there is MS-DOS command called as ping, then that command will work over here on the PowerShell also. There is a command called as ls, ltr, pwd. Those are the Linux commands that will also work in PowerShell, and it has its own set of commands also. So multiple platforms are all embedded together, and it is all working. So that's why it is called as a cross-platform scripting language. Okay, the last point is like from version 6.0, it is all built on the .NET Core. So why it is built on .NET Core? Because like it was declared as an open source, right? So when it was declared an open source, it has to be written on a latest technology. That latest technology is called as a .NET Core. These .NET framework and .NET Core, just keep it in your mind just as an kind of an interview hint, interview question and answers is what it is. So, and also one more thing I would like to tell you is like as in when we go through the course also, we like I will be, because I take a lot of interviews for Windows PowerShell, so I will specifically say that this particular point is an interview question, so that you can quickly note it down, saying like, let's say, what is the difference between a while statement and a do while statement? What is the difference between a format table and a select if an object? When the topic comes up, right, I will tell you like, note this down, this is an interview question. So like that, I will give you hints also for attending interviews, or the key points that I give it to you, so that you can be ready for the next level as well. Okay, yeah, good. So now we are done with this introduction theory. Now let's get into the practical ones. Now I hope everyone is having your Windows PowerShell screen in front of you. So as I told you earlier, what is the major scary part for many of the administrators who are looking to learn PowerShell is that this blue color screen. Now I don't know what to do with this blue color screen. So I don't know how to talk to this blue color screen, how to interact, because we are trying to learn this Windows PowerShell is a scripting language. What is a language? Language is a medium of communication. So there should be a medium of communication between the machine and you, so that you both can talk to each other. So this whole and soul course, we are going to we are going to do the job of how can I talk to this blue color screen is what we are going to do it. Okay, so let's start our conversation with this machine. Let's say that I want to talk to this machine. So let's take a human terminology way of dealing with something. Let's say that when you get into a restaurant, what is the first thing we do is like we ask for a menu card. Why do you ask for a menu card? Because like I want to know the capability of that particular restaurant. Do they serve this? Do they serve vegetarian? Like that. We want to know the capability of that restaurant. That's why you ask for a menu card, right? So same idea over here. Now you are having this window in front of you. You want to learn the capabilities of this particular blue color screen. For that, you need to ask for a menu card. So everyone type in something called as get hyphen command and hit enter. So when you type in get hyphen command and when you hit enter, what is it going to give you is like it's going to give you the long list of all the commands available on this particular system, on this particular version of PowerShell. It is going to give you. Okay, I hope everyone is able to get that. So in case if you can put in your questions also. You can put in your questions also as and when you are doing. If you're finding any problem also, please mark it on the question, mark it on the questions window. I will answer it immediately. Right. So as you are seeing on my screen, what is happening over here is that this machine is trying to give me the menu card. What is the menu card over here? So Farah, just hold on, you will get the result for sure. So what is the menu card is like? Okay, what is the menu card is like? What are the commands it is capable of doing it? Okay, I hope my voice is clear for everyone. Is it breaking for everyone or is it breaking only for a few people? Satyakshi, can you give me a confirmation? Is it breaking every time or like breaking for all? Okay, no problem. So, so actually that's okay. Let me know if it is breaking. I'll definitely repeat it, or else just let me know when it is breaking. I'll definitely repeat the topic. Okay. So Farah, I hope you got the result now. So what is that you are seeing on my screen is the list of all the commandlets which are available on my machine. Okay, the same way when you typed in something called as get-command, you would have got something in a similar way. Okay, which means like what is it trying to do over here is like it is giving the menu card to you, right? It is a kind of a menu card, right? Saying like, hey, I am capable of doing all these things. That is what it is trying to do, right? So I hope everyone got the list of commands available on this one. Now let's say that okay, 1 minute, let me create a notes also for today. So yeah, just a hint for you is that this is a notes which was taken for the day, which means like this I will take notes on a daily basis, and as in when I'm sharing the video to you, I will share you this notes also. Just a hint. So now what is that I'm going to do is like I'm going to create notes for the class what we are dealing now, so that you will get an idea of what we are doing. Okay, so now what is that I did first was that I did something called as get-command, and we got the complete list of all the commandlets, functions, aliases, everything which are available on our system, right? Now if you notice over here, it is in this structure. So we are trying to understand that what is the structure of this command. So the structure of this command is in a structure of a verb hyphen noun. You take any command in PowerShell, in any technology, you take any command in the world, it will be in the same structure. Okay, probably like you might have come across many commands like get hyphen service, get hyphen process, or any other command that you name it. Every command will be in the same structure. Okay, so I think panda, right? So if there are some commands are not available, there is a different way to bring in the module panda. That is all available in a different place where we talk about something called as the domain spec module. So let's say that there are no AD commands on my system. How can I bring it? There are no Azure commands. How can I bring it? So slowly we will be learning that also. Don't worry. It's all part of the syllabus. So what is that I'm trying to say? It's like you take any command in the world, it will be in the same structure of a verb hyphen noun. So take it as an interview question. Definitely anyone, because like many people know command, but they don't know how it's structured. It is structured as a verb hyphen noun. All right, so now let's say that there are like hundreds and thousands of commands on my screen. I don't have time to search for something. Let's say that my manager is asking to do something related to CSV. So what is a CSV? CSV is a comma separated value. My manager is asking me to do something related to a comma separated value. So what is that I'm doing? I'm saying get hyphen command. I'm telling PowerShell that, hey PowerShell, can you look up for anything and everything which is containing CSV? See, what is that I did? I did get hyphen command. I hope everyone knows what is a star. Star is a wildcard operator. It is going to search anything which is before CSV is also fine, after CSV is also fine, but CSV has to be there for sure. So that's what we are asking for, and finally we got a result like this. Okay, so now what I did this something called as get hyphen command star CSV, sir, and I got this. So now I can choose like which command I really wanted. So now there are few commands called as import hyphen CSV, export hyphen CSV, convert from, convert to, whichever I would like it, I can definitely take it. Okay, that is the idea of it. So the same way you can do it for anything. So let's say that there is a command called as get hyphen service, which will give you the list of all the services running on your machine. Let's say get hyphen command get hyphen service. This is a very common command, everyone will know that. So it's a very simple. So how will you search something is by using this. Okay, let's say that I want to search for something which is related to network. So all these things are definitely possible. So first of all, what is important is like, let's say, hey, I don't know anything. Where should I start? If that is a question which if you are asking, you should start from this particular place, saying like first you search for the command and then you shortlist a command and then you deal with it. That is how you need to get started with it. Okay, now let's say that I say get hyphen command, say like I want to search something regarding the process. Okay, so Panda, yes, there is a very good difference between the get hyphen command and get hyphen help. I will tell you what is that. Almost today itself, I will tell you what is the difference between get hyphen command and get hyphen help. Okay, so now see, I say get hyphen command star process star, and I got something called as get hyphen process. So what is this get commands? What are get command is just a view only command. All the other things say like start, stop, wait, enter, exit, set, new, add, everything is all kind of action. So now get is a view only command. So I can do simply called as get hyphen process, and it is going to show me the complete list of process available on my system. So how I learned it as a first step. I asked that, hey, give me anything and everything that is all related to process. It gave a result. So from the result I learned something and I got it. That's the ideology over here. Now the next question I have in my mind is like, everyone knows event viewer. Okay, so what is the shortcut to open an event viewer? Is event VWR, right? Now the question is like, we are all administrators, and whenever there is a problem we always get into the event viewer and we find the RCA for that particular issue. Now now we have seen the services. Let's say get hyphen service is going to open the service and show us the list of services running on the machine. We also saw process. Now my question to you is like, how can we open the event viewer through PowerShell is the question. So for that I say get hyphen command star event star. Okay, let's say that I want the commands to be starting with get, and it can have anything in between and it can have anything at the end. That's what I am asking for. Okay, so please type in along with me. So I typed in get hyphen command get star event star. Okay, what is that you might have got? You might have got 4 commands as a result, out of which these are the 4 commands you might have got it as a result. So let me remove these 2 things which are totally not relevant over here. So now what is important is like, now it is showing us 4 commands, and we need to find out like which one is the best command for us to use. Okay, so now again I'm going to tell you something which is a human terminology way of doing it. What is a human terminology way that I'm telling you is that we are going to do a shopping. Okay, so what is a shopping is like the same thing, like you go to a shopping, you choose 4 or 5 products, and before you can go to the billing you finalize a product and you take whatever you like it. Same way, now we have chosen around 4 products over here, out of which only one is the best product for me. So we are going to find out which product is the best suit for me. That is what we are going to do in this particular idea. So which means like, what is that we are going to do is like, I say this first, I look into this get hyphen win event. Okay, so we are now considering these 4 commands: get hyphen event, get hyphen event log, and then get hyphen event subscriber, and then get hyphen win event. These are the 4 commands we are now considering. We are now thinking for our consideration. These are the 4 commands, right? So now let's go with this way. So let's, whenever you are doing a shopping, what do? Sometimes by seeing the product itself, you ignore it, or you reject it, right? So the same way I am rejecting this product because it looks irrelevant. because the name itself like looks like get-event subscriber, which is not relevant to what I am looking for. So I am simply rejecting it. So now I'm coming to this place called as get-win event, and I'm looking at this get-win event. What is it saying? It is saying 3.0. What is this 3.0? Is the version of it. So if I notice, all the other commands are having 3.1 and this is having 3.0, which means this is a older command. So what is the meaning of this 3.0 and 3.1 is that it says that in this particular version this was released. So considering this as an older command, we are rejecting this older command, so it is rejected. Okay, now we are left out with two commands over here saying get-event and get-event log. So what is that we are going to do is like, let's say get-event. I want every one of you to type get-event and see if you are getting any result. Drop a message on the questions if you are getting a result or not. Say yes or no on the questions portion. I will just look into it. Okay, very good. Farah, there is nothing coming up. Good. Same thing as on my system, that nothing is coming out, right? Now that's okay. Let me park it. Now I go back and do something called as get-event log. So when I do get-event log, it is asking me for something. All right, so now it is asking me for something. So now what has happened is like, when we are dealing with this, we are left out with two questions. So what are the two questions we got now is that why get-event is empty? That's the first question. And the second question we got is like, what is get-event log asking for? Okay, these are the two questions that is coming in our mind saying like, hey, why is it behaving like this? That kind of question is coming in our mind. So now, whenever you are doing a shopping, you would like to know more about a particular product. Let's say that you are looking for a mobile phone and you want to know more about that particular product. What is that you do? We always look into the product description, right? Saying like, what is the description? What are the specifications? How much is the RAM? How much is the screen size? Like that, you try to see more and more description about a particular product, right? That same thing we are going to do it over here. Saying, I say that there is a command called as, okay, let's say that I want to understand, I want to search if there is any help available. Okay, so I don't know if there is any help available. So I'm again asking PowerShell, hey PowerShell, is there any help available? It is saying yes, it is available, take it. So there is a command called as get-help. How can you use it? You say get-help. I would like to know the more help about a command called as get-event. And now I hit enter. Can you try this? Can you try this command and tell me, are you seeing the same kind of result or a different result? Reply to me on the questions tab. It's the same or different. Are you seeing this description? Are you seeing the description? I think I'm not seeing it clearly. Okay, are you guys trying it? Or guys, are you trying it? And are you seeing the description portion on your system? Vedankur. Okay, so don't worry. So see here. Okay, good. So guys, you know what? I'm sure that probably few of you will not see the description. There is a reason for it. There are two possibilities over here. We are going to see that as well. So what are the two possibilities are that your get-help space get-event is incomplete. Incomplete is one scenario. Second scenario is that it is prompting for update. Is that prompting for update? Anyone? Is that prompting for an update for anyone? Can you send me the answers on the questions tab? Yeah, that's what. So it will be prompting for an update. So what is happening here is like if it is prompting for an update, say yes and proceed. Okay, if it is prompting for an update, say yes and proceed. There are two prerequisites that you need to follow. There are two prerequisites that you need to follow. What are those two prerequisites? Are that one is like you need an internet connection. Okay, second is like you need to be an administrator. If you notice on my PowerShell screen at the top, it says administrator and then Windows PowerShell. That's what it is saying. So if you have logged in as a normal user, it would fail on you. Okay, that's why it is important. It is a prerequisite that you should be logged in as an administrator. So, and as usual, yes, you need an internet connection because it is connecting to the internet. It is connecting to the Microsoft servers and bringing you all the details over here. Okay, I hope everyone is following. And yeah, this prompting you for an update means yes, go ahead and do it. In case if it is not prompting you for an update, but it is not showing you a complete help also, in that case, what is that you should do? You should look into this command that called as update-help, and then you can run this. You can simply say that update-help and hit enter. Automatically it will update, it will contact the Microsoft servers and it will try to bring you the list of help that is required. And again, for this also you need the same two prerequisites as I mentioned it over here. Same thing, that you need an internet connection and you need to be an administrator. Okay, that is very, very important. So now what is happening, what is that we are doing is like we are trying to understand the machine's language. Okay, so as I told you that we are trying to talk to this machine, we are trying to talk to the machine and understand what is it trying to tell us. That is what we are trying to do here. So now when I did something called as get-help and get-event, let's understand what is the product description. As I told you that we are doing a shopping and we are trying to learn more about a specific product is what we are trying, and we need to understand what is the message it is trying to give us. How descriptive is the description is what we are trying to understand over here. So in that case, let's talk about this one, saying what all the headers we have. We have something called as a name. What is a synopsis? Is a very short description of, very short description of this particular command. Next is the syntax. What is the syntax? Is that syntax is nothing but the technical boundary of this particular command, which means like this command can do only this much, it cannot do anything extra. Okay, what is a syntax? Syntax is nothing but the technical boundary of the command, which means like it can do only this much, means it can do only this much. Let's say that on the mobile device, on the mobile product description, if you are seeing that the screen size is only 6.7 inches, means the screen size is only 6.7 inches, you cannot even increase it and you cannot even decrease it like that. So that is the technical boundary of this particular command, means like this command can do only what is specified inside this syntax column. That is what it is trying to tell us. So same way, it is trying to give us the description, say like a bit more detailed description of what it can, what it is capable of doing it. And then it is saying like related links. It's saying like, hey, okay, if you learned this, go ahead, learn these things also. That's what it is trying to say. So now if you want to see the examples also, you can see it by typing this one, saying get-help, get-event, and then hyphen examples. Using that, you can see the list of examples as you see on the Microsoft article, TechNet article. Now let's understand that why is this get-event empty? Because there is a question which is still unanswered, saying why is this event empty, right? So let's understand that it clearly says that get-event like commandlet gets events in the Windows PowerShell event queue for the current session. Okay, so there are no events available for the current session. That's why it is empty. Answer is like this command shows only the list of events for the current session. There are no events, hence it is empty. Okay, so when you read the description, you need to understand understand the reason for the command, why it is empty, why it is giving a result like this. So the same behavior, the same way how do you shop, the same thing is happening over here. All right. So now, so guys, feel free to ask me questions. I'm closely watching the questions tab. So at any point of time you have any questions, please write it on the questions tab. I will definitely answer your questions. Okay, so one more thing I would like to tell you, because this is a webinar, the interaction is like this. Once you enroll, once we become a team, and once the training is starting in a full-fledged, you will be having access to unmute yourself and speak up. You don't have to worry about that. Yes, you will have all the rights to speak up and ask questions, and you can get it clarified. You can also share your screen if there is any problem from your side. I will fix it. So it will be 100% interactive session once you enroll it, once we get started with the official classes. Okay, don't worry about this. So this only this webinar is going to be in this particular model. All right. So the next question, so we got the answer for the first question saying like why it is empty. We got an answer. Where we learned it? We learned it from the product description, which is nothing but the help topic over here. So the next command, the next question we have in our mind is called as the Q2. With the second question is what is this get-event log asking for? Okay, so if I run the command saying get-event log, it is asking me for something. Okay, we need to evaluate and find out what is it asking for and what should I provide. So when I launch my event viewer on GUI, I typed in event VWR, and it is going to open the event viewer window. And my question to you is that just after you type in event viewer, do you directly see the logs right over here? So it is not going to show the logs unless and until you don't go and expand this particular containers and click on any of the container. It is not going to show you the logs, which means that on your GUI, it's a two-step process, right? Which means like you need to open the event viewer and you need to specify the event viewer container. Then only it is going to open it. The same job is being done. So when if you know something, how to do it on GUI, you are going to translate the same job into PowerShell. That is the ideology we are trying to do over here. So now when you did something called as get-event log, what has happened? It has opened this particular window. What is it asking? Hey, I opened this window for you. Where do you want me to click on the containers? That is what it is asking you. Now I say that, okay, go ahead and open something called as application. Do you understand the quickness? Do you understand how quick PowerShell is? See this, on GUI it is still on the loading phase. It has already loaded and I stopped it also. It is that fast. So try this command saying get-event log and type in application over here, and you will see all the application logs available on your system. Try it and just drop a message on the questions section saying if it is working or not. Okay, so if it is working, please drop a message on the question saying it's working. Okay, so which means like, so if you are an administrator, if you know that how things are working on the GUI, you just need to translate that into the PowerShell. That's it. It's as simple as that. You need to if you know how things work on GUI, so the idea is like we are going to see how it's going to work on PowerShell. That's it. That's the idea over here. So now what I say is like, I'm going to, so it's a two-step process, right? So I type get-event log, and then it is going to ask me for a log name. It's a two-step process. I don't want to do it as a two-step process. I would like to make it as a single step process. So I say that hyphen log name and I provide as application. So now I'm going to hit enter and it is going to make it as a single step process. And also, you know what? I stopped it by pressing Control C. You can press Control C to stop the execution. So get-event log name application. So we are doing things in a single step. That's what we are doing. So from where this hyphen log name coming up, I will show you that to you right now. So I say get hyphen help, get hyphen event log. And if you notice on the syntax portion, you can see that this hyphen log name is written over here. Okay, so you are using this log name and you are supplying a string called as application so that it is working in a very simple way. All right, so now let me ask you a question. So let's see if you can reply it on the chat window. So now I say that when my question to you is, when I am running this get hyphen event log and get hyphen get hyphen, when I'm running this something called as get hyphen event log hyphen log name application, what is it giving me? It is giving me hundreds and thousands of logs, which I don't want it. I want, okay, the question or the goal statement is like list out only the latest 10 logs. That's the question. I don't want to list out everything. List out only latest 10 logs from application log container. So this is the question. Where is the answer available? Answer is rightly available on the syntax. Okay, I want you to read through the syntax and just send me the answer on the chat saying which one is the suitable one. Think. I want you to read through the syntax completely and give me the answer. Which one can potentially get the answer? The question is, okay, very good. So Vedankur answer is right. So guys, what is important is like you need to read the syntax. So line by line you have to read, saying like log name, instance ID, hyphen after, hyphen before. Probably you can think like, why not I can use hyphen after and hyphen before. So you can use it, but it's a wrong answer. Why? Because like how can you definitely tell that you're going to get only 10 logs? So that is not the right option. So the right option is hyphen newest. So how can we use it in our requirement? Simple, you can do something called as get hyphen event log hyphen log name application hyphen newest, and then you say how many logs you want. I want 10 logs. Is it working for everyone? Can you test it and send me the confirmation on the chat? Okay, I'm getting response only from Vedankur. How about others? Anyone is trying out, and can you give me some confirmations, please? Okay, so Vedankur, is it working like this model? Is it working? Okay, very good. So which means like, see, you need to learn from the syntax. So now the idea is like, you take this command, called get hyphen event log, or you take any command across the PowerShell. The ideology is the same. Okay, the idea is only the same, and you can easily understand that how we can really work on it. So now let me tell you one more thing. So now let's say that, let me ask you one more question. The second question is like, find all the logs from the application container which are logged between, okay, let's say today, let's say that 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, this is my question. So probably like we are all administrators, so I'm sure that at some point of time, if your help desk is reporting that there was a problem during so and so time, which means what do? You log into the event viewer and you start filtering. Now you will understand that how easy is that to filter via PowerShell. So now what is that I'm going to say is like, definitely when you look into the syntax itself, it's a very straightforward answer that we are going to use something called as a hyphen after and hyphen before. So I say that, let me open get event log. The event log is now open. What is that log container I want to open? I say hyphen log name, and I am saying application, and I say hyphen after. After what date? Sorry, what time I want is say like 14, which is 2 p.m. hyphen before, I say 16, which is 4 p.m. Please try this and tell me if it is working. Okay, so please try this parallelly as when I'm doing, so that you will get an idea of what we are doing, how we are doing, how to read from the syntax, how to pick up the parameters from the syntax, and how to use it. All those ideologies you will get it. So before you can directly jump in and write a script, you should definitely know all these things so that you will be able to design a script. Okay, because the scripting part will come at least say like after 6 hours of training. So till that time, we will be talking about the basics very, very clear, and then we will be taking all these things and writing into the script. Okay, I hope this is working. So now the next idea is like, here we have written the time, but we did not specify the date. So now what is that we are going to do is like, we are going to specify the date as well, like this, in this format, say like 10, say 27, 2020, and then I say 14, or else probably that will be very lengthier. I say before 10, 30, 2020, and then let's say same 16. So what is that we are trying to filter over here is that we are trying to filter all the logs from the application container which are logged after 29th of October 2 p.m. to 30th of October 4 p.m. That's what we are trying to do. Let me hit enter. See, it is definitely doing it. See, this is what I did, and that's the answer we got it. Okay, so if you're having a question in your mind saying like, okay, you got all the logs, but I don't want all the logs. I would like to see only this error. I don't want to see the information and all, which is very easy. So how you need to work on it is like, you need to look at the header. Okay, what is the header which is showing up over here is called as the entry type. Okay, so now it is very easy that you simply say that after you write this command and you say hyphen entry type and then say error. That's it. So let me see. You say hyphen entry type and then you say error. Where do you learn this hyphen entry type? You need to learn it from here, and also it is available inside the syntax as well. See this? It is definitely available within the syntax. That's how it is working. If you make any mistake, it won't accept it. Okay, let me say that this command, the same command, I'm typing it like this, ERR star. So what is it I'm trying to do? I'm typing saying ERR star, which is a kind of a wildcard search, right? So I'm doing it. So now let's see. It is giving me an error. Why it is giving me an error? We have an explanation for that. What is it trying to say is like, it says that cannot validate argument on parameter entry type because it does not belong to the set called as error, information, failure audit, success audit, warning, which means like your entry type can accept only these things which are written over here, saying error, information, failure audit, success audit. It cannot accept anything apart from it. Okay, that is the meaning of it. So you cannot specify anything with a wildcard search, which means you need to learn how things are provided on the syntax. So it is extremely important that you need to learn from the syntax and you need to perform the job using PowerShell. That is very, very important over here. Now I say that now this is the result we got for all the error logs which are logged between 29th of October 2 p.m. to 30th of October 4 p.m. Now I say that I don't want everything. I would like to see only the events which are starting with the word software from the source column. So what should I do? I should simply say hyphen source and I say software star. So what is it going to do? It is going to go to a place called a source and is going to filter only things which are starting with software. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you some examples. So probably like I hope though I'm not getting some questions, that's okay. I feel that many of you are able to understand the topics that what we are dealing with. So this is how you need to learn, because like every command has its syntax, every command has its working model. You should first learn the working model of that particular command, and then only you are going to understand the command in a better way, and then you are going to execute it and see the result in a way that you want it. Okay, so like that you can just understand things in this way. So like that you can filter in any of the places that you want. If you want to filter on the entry type or the source or the instance ID or the message, anywhere you name it, you can filter it and you will be able to see the result according to your requirement. Okay, that is the idea of it. Now see how much time it has taken for the GUI to load and how quicker was your Windows PowerShell. So it is very faster, it is very lightweight, and so that you can do any sort of automations in a very easy manner. All right, so now, so yeah, this is just as I told you that, this is how the training is going to happen. And also, as I told you, the training is going to be highly interactive. Okay, let me write something. I say get hyphen history. See, in this short span of around, say, like we spoke for around 45 minutes now, or 55 minutes, or 1 hour. In 1 hour, we are now able to learn all these things. You are able to write a command which is so long, which means like in just 1 hour, if you can learn this, so imagine that what is that you will be able to achieve it if you complete the course. So as I told you that you will be able to write a script as what I'm showing on this particular screen, and you will have a confidence, you will have a clarity that what I am writing and why I'm writing, what is it doing inside the script, and how come the script is working. All those clarity, you are going to get it perfectly, and you will be able to write scripts. And at some point of time, if you put a lot of hard work, more and more of practice, yes, you can claim yourself as an expert as well, as in when you are doing this training. Okay, so which means like, so it is going to be highly interactive. Now I cannot take a feedback from you, but I hope you felt it interesting in terms of understanding these topics. So this is how the whole and soul training is going to be. One changes is that probably from your side I will be having an interaction, and I will be answering your questions, I will be solving your problems, and I will be troubleshooting the issues. And if you required, you can also share your screen, and we can definitely do a much better interactive sessions over here. Okay, so any more questions, feel free to ask me on the chat. I'll be happy to answer. So if you want, I can send you this list of command also on the chat if you really want it. Okay, I just sent it to you so that you can keep it as a reference. You will be able to understand that from where we started. We started from nowhere. We did not know anything called as, I don't know any command. So I started off by seeing the menu card, and then we decided that what is that we really wanted, and then we took it from there, and we understood things in a better way. And now that you are also able to write a command which is bit more lengthier, which has a right meaning, which is doing the job correctly without any problem. That is what is very important for you to understand, and as in when you move towards the learning phase. All right, so any questions, feel free to type in on the questions tab. I'll happy to answer. So please drop an email at no, please drop an email to training@springpeople.com with your name and the phone number. We will get in touch with you so that like we will explain you like when is the next batch and how we can get started with it. And in case if you have any questions also, you can write it on to that same email ID, so that like if you need more clarity on that also, we will be assisting you. We will advise you saying like what needs to be the next step in terms of it. And as in when yeah, the batch is going to get started quickly, so that if you contact us, we can form a batch and we can get started. And the same interactive, the way where we started, we will start from there. from the very basic. I hope that you felt that I started from a very basic, even for a person who does not have a experience on the Windows administration will also be able to take it and learn from the beginning, from the ABCD. You will be able to learn it. So that is how whole classes will move on. Every class will go with a challenge and you will achieve the goal by learning something. So I strongly believe that if you learn something with a goal, you will learn it in a better way. So that's what I believe and that's what I do. So that's why I wrote all these things as a question, and we achieved all those answers right here. And this is how, as I gave you an example notes for today, this is how. So if you see here, this is the kind of an interview question. I told that this is an interview question and I did it like that. As in when time comes, I will deal with those things and I will help you for understanding things in a better way. Okay, so yeah, feel free to contact us, and we are, and definitely this price is the best price in the market. So probably if you go anywhere, definitely you are going to be charged more. So we are going to charge you at a very competitive price. So please contact us and get it enrolled. We can move on with the next step, and I'm sure that I can guarantee that you will be able to write scripts, you will be able to automate things in future. Once you, as in when you start your course itself, like you will get the confidence of writing scripts and understanding PowerShell, understanding the automation concepts in a much better way. Okay, so audio for Yogesh. Okay, Yogesh, I think could be a problem from your side. So there are no issues for others. Sorry about that. Probably you can just see the recorded session that can help you. All right. So guys, thank you very much. I would hand over to Satyakshi.
Thank you, Sheikh, for your invaluable insights on technology. I'm sure it was a very certainly a very informative session for all of you. If you guys are interested in learning more about Windows PowerShell or other technologies, do check out our batches of virtual instructor-led trainings on our website, springpeople.com. These reality trainings are leveraged online from the comfort of your home and flexible as per your schedule and location. If you do not find any suitable batches, we would be happy to discuss and schedule private batches for you. For more information, do write to us at training@springpeople.com or call on our number displayed on the current slide. Now we will open the forum. Like Sheikh, would you like to answer more questions?
Yes, if there are questions, yes, I'll answer.
Yeah, okay. Answer questions that we have received during the PPT. So let's get our questions answered.
Sure.
Sheikh, you can go
So
ahead with the question session.
sure, thank you, Satyakshi. So Vedankur, you asked about this course includes PowerShell commands with Azure also. Yes, as I told you that when you learn the logics, when you learn the concepts, you can apply that concept anywhere and everywhere. So I am also Azure certified, so I will guide you in terms of Azure. So you can ask me any doubts. I will be able to help you out on that. So that is totally possible, and I can help you out on that. Okay, so any more questions? Feel free to ask me any other questions. So we got around 60 people. So any questions you ask me, I'll be happy to answer, because like as I told you earlier, we need to get a clarity before you could join the course. As I'm telling this, this course is extremely important for administrators, and as I already told you, even freshers are also learning it. So it is very important that to survive in the market for the competition. So you have to increase your profile weightage. For that, Windows PowerShell is definitely going to help you a lot on that. Okay, so that is very important. So as I told you, yes, we are offering at a very competitive price. So I would like to advise that, yeah, make use of this time, and definitely you will be benefited with this investment. Okay, Satyakshi, I'm done. So we are done with the answering of questions also. Over to you.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going ahead with the polls. Okay. So
Okay.
meanwhile, you can, if you have anything to discuss more, you can go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just
Yeah,
the
sure.
second poll is left.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So guys, as I told you that, just a idea that I gave you in terms of this PowerShell. So as I told you, there are so many things which are available in PowerShell, and the PowerShell is extremely vast. Okay, so for you to become an expert, you have to work extremely hard. What is important is that only if you keep on writing scripts back to back, you need to bring this practice into your day-to-day environment. Only if you bring this into your day-to-day environment, you will be able to practice. You'll be able to practice, and you can become an expert in terms of writing scripts. Very easily you can write it. That confidence I have. Even a fresher or anyone can do it, means you can also do it in future once you learn this in a right way. That is very important. So yeah, so feel free to ask me any questions, or like, please provide your feedback on the poll, that how did you like this course, and would you be interested, drop an email to us or call us, so that like we'll be able to advise you and say like what is best for you in terms of learning this course. Okay, so I'm telling you that I have trained at least some 800 to 1000 people on the same course, and everyone has benefited, and many people got a better job in terms of scripting. Many people are able to do some automation in their environment, which has given them a good positions. So like many people come back and give this feedback. I'm just sharing with you, so at some point of time, you can also be part of this particular candidates who already won. So you can also be in that particular same stage. Great. Okay. So
Yeah, polls are done, Sheikh. So, okay,
mhm.
no more questions, I guess, after this.
No, Satyakshi, we are good and we are done
Yeah,
also.
so okay, now we can end the session. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here. We shall be sending out the webinar recording to all you participants soon. I request you to kindly provide feedback before signing off, which will help us improve the quality of our future events. Thanks again for joining us today. And do check out the training link in the chat section, already shared in the chat section. Signing off on behalf of Team Spring People. Hope to see you again for our next expert webinar. Bye bye.